Hi here. This is a reading for the sign of Capricorn. We're going to do a Celtic cross spread with a Thoth deck, and what we see on the bottom of the deck is going to represent what you don't see coming. And once we get an idea of what the general message of this reading is going to be, we're going to pull 3 cards from the shadow deck to see what's going on in your subconscious, and to see if there's any further clarifications we might need. So let's just see what happens. Alright, so today we are tapping in to the energy of the sign of Capricorn. So if that is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, or however else you choose to identify today with the sign of Capricorn, you can let that be a way of interpreting the messages that are coming through. And as always, if the details of these messages do not fit your situation, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if none of the details seem to fit, that's okay. You can always check your other placements, or just stick around and see what's going on in the world of other Capricorns. So let us see what messages we can get today for those who are wanting to channel the energy of Capricorn. What things should we think about? What things should we meditate upon? Are there any things that we should be made aware of? Any things that we should look out for? Any warnings we might need? Are there any things that we can look forward to? Are there things we should direct our energy towards, put our efforts into? In general, what messages do we need to see, or can we see, for those who are trying to tap into the energy of Capricorn? Alright, that feels good. So let's see what we get today with our Celtic cross. So our present energy, we are starting with the 3 of Wands. Okay. So this is some sort of idea expanding into the creation of something new. Sometimes this is described as sort of the source of the fire energy being fractured into 3 parts and expanding itself out into the world as some developing idea. So there's some movement here that is beginning. Something has been set in motion, and now it's the process of waiting for this thing to really come into reality and manifest in the way that it's supposed to. So there may be a little bit of waiting and time ahead of us as this thing continues to progress and grow, but the moment of creation of whatever this is for you has already begun. So now we're in the process of pushing this thing forward and seeing how this thing develops over time. So let's get some context for where that's coming from. So we have a Queen of Cups, that's nice. The 5 of Swords, a little difficult there. The Knight of Discs, the Knight of Swords. Here we have the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Discs, the 5 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles there. Okay, so we'll check what's going on at the bottom of the deck after we get a sense of the general message of this reading. So let's see what's going on here. No major arcana, right? That's interesting. So there's no major arcana here. So whatever this is, I mean, this may just be a small bump in the road for you. Or perhaps there's a message here that is not really necessarily a turning point for you, but maybe it's the catalyst for a bigger turning point that'll be coming later. But yeah, no major arcana. That doesn't happen too often. So let's see what the rest of the energy is around us. We do have some nice sort of beginnings and creations here. Some things maybe falling and ending. So in terms of our different suits, with fire, it looks like we have the 7 of Wands, we have the 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. 7, 3, 5. Very active, right? Those are all odd active numbers. In terms of our water energy, we are looking at a Queen of Cups, and that's it. So perhaps there's a little bit of coldness here. Maybe there's some emotional energy you need to tap into with whatever you're dealing with in your life. But with the Queen of Cups, this is one of the most nurturing cards from the Suit of Cups. Perhaps that's changing. Perhaps something's coming into your life that's going to sort of reawaken that sensitivity that may have been lost. In terms of our next suit, let's see, we have for air, we have a Five of Swords, which is a difficult card of defeat. There's a little bit of pain there in that card, potentially. We have the Knight of Swords, though. That's a card of some real, quick movement coming in here from above. Maybe some insights are coming to sort of shake things up a little bit. And we have the Ten of Swords right here. So we've got decent mix of fire and air here. Very little water and a decent bit of earth, right? We've got the Knight of Discs, the Ace of Discs, and the Ten of Discs, which are all very excellent cards, right? We have the beginning and the end of the minor arcana, and with the Knight of Discs, we have the person who really commands that entire process. So, that feels right for a Capricorn, really putting in the time to make a plan and seeing it through to the end. But yeah, okay, so let's get a sense of what the reading is going to tell us today. So as I said, the present moment, we're starting with a Three of Wands, something that's already been kicked into motion. So with whatever you're dealing with, this is already something that has started in your past. That's probably where the Five of Swords is coming from. Perhaps you were working in some kind of job, or you were in some sort of relationship or something with your environment, and you thought things were going to go a certain way, and they did not. Things did not meet expectations, and you were defeated by the disappointment that, what you were hoping to accomplish did not come to fruition. But with every ending, right, there always comes a new beginning, and I think that is what the Three of Wands is creating here. Is out of whatever this defeat was for you in the past, we are now moving into a process of picking up and moving forward and creating something new out of what we've learned from this past experience. And with the Knight of Discs being the end of the horizontal axis here, right, that really feels like, we hit a failure, but we're going to learn from this lesson, grow from it, and we're going to move forward with our lives with the insights that we've learned from this failure that was, didn't feel good, but, sometimes the lessons that you need to learn don't come in forms that are easily digestible. Sometimes we need a little bit of a painful shake-up in our lives to realize what needs to be adjusted and changed. And I'm kind of getting a vibe that perhaps what might have been the cause of this failure was perhaps trying to go too much alone, not working with other people, not letting other people into your world. As I said, there's nothing from the Suit of Cups here. There's very little water energy except for the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're trying to do everything yourself, and that's leading you to, you've got a little bit of pride that you can build from. I did this, it was all me. And there's something honorable in accepting your own failures, but at the end of the day, if you're not able to accomplish your goals because you're too closed off from accepting help from other people, that's, you're not going to be able to reach those successes you're trying to reach. So with the cross of the Queen of Cups here, I feel like as we're moving into this new process, I think what's causing the Three of Wands to expand our thinking and our way of attacking problems is that we are allowing other people to come in and nurture us and guide us. This is an energy of something that's going to emotionally resonate with you. Perhaps there's a person in your life that is a new guiding force to help you sort of soften up and be a little bit more receptive to feedback. Maybe there's someone that's coming into your life that's helping you be a little bit more motivated to listen to your intuition a little bit more. Maybe you're softening up because someone is bringing something to you that's allowing you to see a bigger version of the world because you're tapping into this water energy that you've been neglecting up to this point. So let people in your life, let that positive energy really help you grow. It'll help you heal the wounds from your defeats, and it'll help you become the master of creating the physical reality that you really want to create going forward. Now, below all of this, we have the Knight of Swords, and perhaps this is representative of the fact that you realize this. Maybe someone sort of quickly came into your life that you weren't expecting, this high-speed energy that we see here with the Knight of Swords. Maybe someone has flown almost from the sky into your life and shaken things up, and that's what sort of brought you into this realization that you need to be a little more receptive to what other people can bring to the table. So this is that quick insight of, you kind of get this cold, stiff kind of, I'm going to get this done kind of energy. And then this Knight of Sword comes in, pierces that protective barrier, and lets that emotional energy kind of get into you after that wall has been broken down. And so I see that that's what's really happening here. Is this is the energy of the Queen of Cups coming in from the outside. This is the knight that is trying to break down that wall, and once he is into that environment, then that energy can shift into the Queen of Cups, and that flowing love can then sort of help you grow from that in a positive way. Now, don't let people come in and just like shake your life up by, don't be overly open to anyone that's just coming in to tell you things. Be discerning. But be open to new people coming and bringing new ideas to the table, and again, be open to allowing that emotional side of your decision making to play a part too. Some people get really hung up on the logical, practical side of solving problems, and they look at everything like it's a spreadsheet that needs to be, balanced out. And really, to be successful, you need to not only have that analytical mastery of your thoughts and how to look at things from a, formal point of view, but you also need that Queen of Cups energy of love to be able to meet people where they are as human beings and treat them with respect and dignity. And that's going to allow you to really connect more with other people and be much more successful in your endeavors. Okay, so I feel like that's probably the defeat in the past, was the not working with other people, failing to see people as people almost, or not letting other people help you with whatever it is that you're doing. Now, above all of this, we have the Seven of Wands, which is really nice. This is the, you've got the power. If you just stand strong in that power, you will be able to maintain that high ground and be successful as you move forward. I think this is you taking that external energy that's coming into your life and motivating you in an emotional way, and letting that emotional water energy refuel the fire and take it from a 3 to a 7. And we want to move up and up and up the suit of wands so that we can really come into that strength in a really nice way. So I think that as this emotional energy is coming into you, it's giving you the tools you need to be able to be successful as you move forward with new challenges. And so I think with the Knight of Discs here, one of the things that helps him get to where he is in terms of being the commanding master of his world is having the right tools. And I see the Seven of Wands is you finding and acknowledging that you now have the right tools because you're letting this love come into your life and empower you in a really positive way. So that's nice. That's really nice. So now let's see what we have here on our other axis here. We have, in our current energy, the Ten of Swords. That does not feel good, but I feel like that's very much related to the Five of Swords. I think the Five of Swords was the defeat, and I think the lingering effects of this defeat have only continued to build and feel a little bit more painful. But I think that pain, as I said, sometimes we need difficult situations to help push us into the next direction. I think the pain of that defeat and the expansion of those negative feelings is what's motivating you to really double check things, reevaluate how your life is unfolding, and making you realize that you need to be more open to new opportunities, new perspectives, new things, and not just do everything the way it's always been done. So this is breaking out of that routine. Because here we have the sun in Gemini, and letting the sun really expand our way of looking at a situation by giving us the clarity to see all the details. So you can see the things that aren't working that you were blinded to in the past, and that allows us to see where the weak parts of this cage are that's holding us back. We can then break through that cage and then move forward into a nice, better future. Okay, so that's what I'm getting out of this card, is you really taking seriously the difficulty from whatever this past defeat was and growing from it and moving towards something much, much nicer, which is what the Ace of Pentacles is, or the Ace of Discs. This is that new opportunity. You're picking back up from this failure. You're being receptive to whatever new things are being brought into your life, and you're taking a new approach by being more sensitive to other people. And again, I think that's going to be very constructive. That's how you become the Knight of Discs and command the things you want to bring into the world. Not in a controlling way, but in a way that allows things to unfold naturally and grow in the way they need to, so that everything can be a nice positive future, not one where you're just, domineering over everything. This is an Emperor energy. This is Knight of Discs energy. Okay. So yeah, so we're breaking out of this cage. We're open to this new opportunity. That feels awesome. But the challenge is the Five of Wands. And this is conflict. This is strife. Things never really get easier, or they can get easier, but they never stop being difficult. There's always challenges ahead. But you need that, of course. If we didn't have challenges, we wouldn't grow. We would stagnate and become we would just plateau, and then once you plateau, you're inevitably going back down again. So we have challenges that are still going to face us. There's still new insights that need to be uncovered, I think. I think this is the first step. I don't know that this is necessarily the greatest major turning point. With the lack of major arcana, I think there are even bigger insights to come as you move forward with whatever this is for you. And that's what this is your challenge. You need to face, directly whatever new things are going to be presented to you that may challenge your belief systems. If you are entering into new situations and you're being presented with things that don't match up to what you expect, or people have other concerns that are different from yours, that's going to be the challenge, is reacting to those properly. This is why, again, I said you don't want to look at things like a spreadsheet and just balance everything out. Different people have different needs, wants, desires, and if you really want to be successful with another group of people, you need to make sure that you are open to those feelings. That's allowing the sensitivity into your life, sensing what it is that they need in order for them to feel accomplished. And then the Knight of Discs is the commander that's going to make the game plan, that's going to allow all of these people to get the best version of whatever you're all collectively trying to build together. And that's hard. Balancing that is really difficult. In fact, I'm getting this vibe now that you're perhaps either are currently or about to be in charge of some kind of group of people, whether this is going to be some team at work or you're working on something creative. I think you are stepping into a leadership role where you're going to have to be the one calling the shots, and that's why it's so important to have this sensitive energy come into your life and not just say, this is how it's going to be done. Again, don't be the commanding cold emperor. Be a more nurturing Knight of Discs that wants the world to really grow and expand in a positive way. But that creates challenges because, again, everyone has different needs, and you have to figure out how to balance all of those different needs. Okay? But if you do that, look at what's at the end. We have the 10 of Discs, right? It's a road ahead. We got to go through the process. We gotta overcome from the initial introduction of an opportunity. We have to move through those challenges, and then we can move forward with the 10 of Discs in our inevitable future. This is the thing that you're trying to move towards. This is that positive thing that you're trying to create. This is you visualizing that positive thing that you want to create and using that to guide you forward as you continue to construct whatever it is that you're trying to construct here. I mean, here at the top we have the 7 of Wands and we have the 10 of Discs. I mean, that's fantastic energy to be sort of the carrot on the end of the stick that's going to help you get through these difficult situations that we see with the 5 of Wands. So that feels really nice. I mean, this does feel like a turning point. Again, I'm a little surprised there's not any major arcana here. In fact, I bet there's a major arcana hiding on the bottom of this deck here. But that's really nice. Again, be open to the sensitive side of decision making, and as you move forward with all of your new opportunities, let that sensitivity. Don't be overly emotional. You almost want to empower that energy of the King of Cups. You want to feel that sensitivity, but not let it control you. Okay, but we're not focused on that. Right now we're in Knight of Discs mode, but I feel you kind of moving towards or getting closer to the Knight of Cups. And that's why we have the Queen of Cups. This is not quite the energy you're embodying yet. This is external energy that's helping guide you towards getting more in touch with that Knight of Cups kind of energy. So, hey, let's see what we have here on the bottom of the deck. Oh, no, it's not. It's a third Knight, but not the Knight of Cups. This is I'm moving forward with my ideas, and I'm going to command this with fiery passion that no one can stop. So you're unstoppable. You definitely have the drive to keep moving forward towards this 10 of Discs opportunity that you're trying to manifest, and you're doing so confidently, bravely. Again, make sure it stays tempered with the water energy that you're a little on the lacking side of here, but you're moving towards something really nice, and you've got a strong, optimistic, powerful sort of mindset as you move towards it. So that's really nice. Okay. So now let's see what we get from the shadow deck. Let's see what's going on in your subconscious and see if there's any other clarifications we need. So let us see what other things can be brought to our attention. Again, I'm really hoping that we get a little bit more water here. I think the solution to all of this is getting that right balance of water so that we're tapped in with our feelings, not making cold, overly rational decisions. I mean, you're moving from a place of power and passion here, but we got to make sure that it's guided by, listen to other people's needs, be receptive to what other people are trying to do. You may be the person in charge, but you're not the entire entity that you're trying to lead. All right, you're all integrated into it together. So, think about your body. If you don't feel the things your hand is feeling, then you're gonna feel very, detached from yourself because you're literally not grounded in your body, right? So, be receptive to other people and realize that every person has their part to play in whatever structure you're building, and everyone is important. Everyone's needs should be at least acknowledged and addressed. And then compromise, of course. Okay, let's see what's going on now. In the subconscious world, we got 8 of Cups. There's some water energy. 2 of Swords, interesting. And Justice. Readjusting, balancing back out. Okay, so with the 8 of Cups, this is really looking at things and making sure that the things that we are moving towards are things that are actually serving us and walking away from the things that are not serving us. So perhaps the reason there's so little... Okay, yeah, so I think the reason there's so little water energy here is that part of that defeat really took a toll on your emotional openness. And part of this is getting back in touch with our emotional side. Don't let defeats in the past make you cold and disconnected from things. That's only going to lead us further down a dark path when we really have the possibilities of tapping into something better. So with the 8 of Cups, you're moving away from the cups that don't serve you and trying to find the cups that do serve you. And I think that's what the Queen of Cups is, right? This is that energy that you are looking for. You're going to get to it. I mean, look, he's literally running towards the Queen of Cups. It's going to come into your life. You've got this Knight of Swords energy. Now, what's interesting, I didn't mention this before, but as I said, the Knight of Swords to me feels like the energy of this person coming into your life. It's worth noting that this is below everything, so this almost feels like it's coming from within. So perhaps the shift is not necessarily someone coming in and trying to pierce your heart exterior, but perhaps you do still have that emotional side inside of you, and you're trying to break back out. The Wall by Pink Floyd kind of comes to mind. You've got this very sensitive person that's blocked in by all of this hard exterior, and you're trying to break out of that and move towards whoever the Queen of Cups is, or whatever the Queen of Cups is for you in your life. And so that's what this 8 of Cups is. This is the subconscious energy of you moving away from the bad cups and moving towards the good cups. You're not there yet. You've got those cups are still empty, and you're trying to build that. Perhaps that's what part of this opportunity is all motivated by, is that you're trying to build something that you feel more connected with emotionally. But you want to move towards it. So I'm definitely getting the vibe that the lack of water energy is not by choice as much as you're just trying to get back in connection with the things that make you feel good. And with the 2 of Swords here, that's the energy of being stuck. Yeah, so whatever this pain was that has sort of emptied one of your cups and has led you to move away from the things that aren't serving you, that puts you in this sort of in-between, liminal state of okay, I had things, I lost them, I want to move towards things that are going to be great, and you're just right there on that cusp of those 2 worlds and not really sure how to move into the next world. But you'll get there. Learn from your lessons and let them guide you. And again, always keep in touch with that sensitivity that allows you to be receptive to other people's needs, not just your own. Because if you help other people, it'll help your environment. And if you help your environment, it's going to help you. So, help other people do what they need to do, and you will naturally feel more grounded in whatever it is you're trying to do. And perhaps that's what justice is all about, right? This is doing things the right way, not giving in to negative feelings and letting those sort of put you in this spiral. Letting the karmic cycle sort of play out as it needs to. You may have been hurt, but if you learn from those lessons and you readjust accordingly, move away from the things that are not good for you, move towards the things that are good for you, everything will come back into balance and everything will become a little bit nicer as you continue to create whatever you're creating. For the Knight of Wands to be able to move forward into the world and do constructive things, I mean, look how much fire is here. There's got to be a certain amount of control or that's going to burn everything down. So get in touch, whatever it is that you're lacking, move towards the things that you need, and keep everything in a nice, simple balance, and you'll be able to move towards that ideal 10 of discs that you're trying to create. And here, we have the Strength card, which is fantastic, right? This is, again, another card of integrating the different sides of yourself in a nice, balanced way so that you can tap into your inner power, but not in a destructive way, not in an animalistic way, but taking that energy from your animal side and your higher self and putting those two things together. This all feels about balance to me. We have to get our fire, our water, our earth, and our air energy all into alignment. And once you do that, then you're going to be unstoppable. You'll be able to reach every new opportunity that it comes to you and build something beautiful out of every single one of them. So we're getting away from the negativity. We're here now. It might not feel great, but we're getting away from it, and we're going to get back in touch with who we can be, and that's going to be a really beautiful thing. So. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful, or at the very least, I hope you enjoyed this. As always, if there's other messages coming through with these images or these cards, use your intuition to let whatever messages you need to receive come through. But yeah, that's all I really have for you today. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. If you have any feedback or things you'd like to talk about, please leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. And if you know anyone else that might enjoy this or any of my other videos, please share these as you feel, will help make this world a little bit nicer. So, but that's all I have for you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.